Can you perhaps share with the audience some of like the top 5 tools and technology that you like the most based on some of the use cases that we've discussed? The ones that you're most excited by.
For example, if you do struggle with like contract management, those type of thing. So there's like a company full disclaimer, I invested in the company. It's called YellowPad .ai. So essentially, like they help like really with like the contract management, whether it's like sales contract, vendor contract, or partnership contracts. It really help like improve like the efficiency there. There another bucket I would recommend people to look into is like models. If you do need to like build and update your models like quite frequently, right now there are like a few different like AI players that really like help improve like the model side. In general, like I kind of feel like for finance users, like we don't like update the model that much. Probably it's like less of like a pain point. The third bucket I would say is basically around like ERP, and then specifically for like company that have like manufacturing. I know like most people on this call is probably like from like a tech company, but to the extent like if your company like does do like some manufacturing element, then you know like for manufacturing all the like COGS, essentially it's like you have like each like individual purchase order, the hundreds and thousands of them. So basically that's where like LLM could really do the job like a lot more efficiently. Before you would just literally have like so many accountants going through hundreds, thousands of like purchase order to just calculate like the COGS, right? But now like basically that's something I'm seeing like specific like industry vertical LLM that could sort of like automate that part of the job. Potentially it could save you like 50% of the time like closing the book. And then the fourth bucket where I'm seeing like application is basically when you need to do like a certain type of like slide deck and repeat that over and over. For like Backend Stripe, we have like a weekly business metrics reviews. It's like the same format, and then you need to like refresh the data like every week for the executive team. And there are also like a lot of like AI startup that focus on sort of like just giving you like the precise output. If to the extent like you do have like those like business needs where like your CEO want like the same slide deck like refresh like every week, and it takes like 10 plus hours to like automate, there are like also AI tools that help with that.
I think one is, I think I previously mentioned kind of like the AI like fraud detection category. I think is somewhat interesting. I think there are a lot of data patterns that have been historically used for fraud. I think this will just enable people to enhance it out even more. Second category that I think is really interesting is some of the AI agents. I think it's really early, but to the extent that like some of the computer science agents or some of the finance agents make it out of the early stages, I think that will be super useful to a lot of companies. Third category I want to probably touch on is probably things that are being like really useful for engineering, so kind of like code completion, Copilot, that sort of stuff, where it is driving a lot of efficiencies in how people do their workflow by not like today, like overtaking the software engineer, but helping augment what they do in a faster way.